Good morning. Today we will discuss some important area from income from house property that is related to some practical area. It's an entry of calculation or computation. So computation of annual value of let out property. We have two kind of property. First one that is let out property and another one that is self-occupied property. Self-occupied property is the property which is used for self-occupation. Self-occupation. Let out property are in two kinds. First one fully let out, partly let out. Here we are discussing computation of annual value of let out property. That is let out. How to calculate? First one, we have a procedural method to calculate income from house property. Format is given here. First we have to calculate annual value, that is gross annual value. Please listen my words. First we will calculate gross annual value. How to calculate gross annual value? That we will discuss here. How to calculate gross annual value? Gross annual value can be calculated after comparing these two, that is expected rent and actual rent and or receivable. Whichever is higher will be taken as the gross annual value. Okay, expected rent and actual rent, we will compare these two, which is given in your problem, and after comparing this one, highest amount will be selected as gross annual value. Then another question, how to calculate gross annual value, expected rent. Here given how to calculate expected rent. Expected rent can be calculated by comparing two things, that is municipal valuation and fair rental value. These two things we have to compare, municipal value and fair rental. Which one is highest one? That will be selected as expected rent. And this expected rent is compared with the actual rent, and the highest one will be selected as gross annual value. Clear? One more slides we have, that is gross annual value. If the let out property is not subject to the Rent Control Act, that is standard rent, if there is no standard rent, in such situation the expected rent will be fair rental value or municipal rental value, whichever is higher. Fair rental value is also known as market rental value. Okay, here we are, MRV means FRV. MRV means municipal rental value, FRV means fair rental value. Which one is higher will be selected as expected rental value in situation which there is no Rent Control Act. Okay, then if the let out property is subject to Rent Control Act, if there is any standard rent, expected rental value will be the fair rental value or municipal rental value, whichever is higher, or standard rental value, whichever is less. These three things we will consider. Okay, that means fair rental value or municipal rental value, whichever is higher, subject to the standard rental value. The maximum amount does not exceed this standard rental value. Clear? Gross annual value will be highest of the municipal value or fair rental value, but it cannot exceed the standard rent. If the actual rent received or receivable exceeds such amount, then actual rent so received or receivable shall be the gross annual value. Clear? Okay, that's all about the gross annual value. Then come to our statement, what we say that scheme of computation. This is called a scheme of computation. Gross annual value, we have calculated gross annual value. Then this gross annual value we will deduct a deduction under section 23. Deduction under section 23. So two deductions under section 23. First one, that is unrealized rent, that we are discussed in our previous classes. Then next one, municipal tax paid by the owner. What is meant by municipal tax? Is a tax which is levied by the municipal authority. Okay, these two these two amount can be deducted under this section 23 from gross annual value. Then we will get net annual value. So what is the net annual value? Net annual value is the value which is deducted, which is the amount which is deducted after deduction under section 23 from gross annual value. Then we have another deduction, that is deduction under 24 from the annual value. Please listen, this is a scheme of computation. All of you please follow this one. Then from annual value we have to deduct section 24. What are the two deductions? First one, 30% of annual value. 30% of annual value, that is a standard deduction, that is also known as standard deduction. Straight away we have to deduct 30% of annual value from the annual value. Then one more deduction here we have, that is interest on capital borrowed. Any amount which is raised as the amount of capital for constructing a building, interest on such capital can be claimed as deduction. Two important things. How much amount we can be claimed as interest on capital? Current year interest plus 20% of pre-construction period interest. 20% of pre-construction periods. These two portion of interest can be claimed from the annual value. First, current year interest plus 20% of pre-construction period interest. That is amount period in which the loan has raised and the building let out. These two periods. Okay. Then we have add some items here. Unrealized rent which is recovered during the year. Any amount which is considered as unrealized, and when it is received during the current year, that we have to add along with this. That is unrealized rent recovered during the year. Then from this unrealized rent recovered during the year, from this we have to deduct 30% standard deduction, only because of when it is considered as an unrealized rent. When it is considered as unrealized rent, there is no problem, there is no question of standard deduction. So when it is realized, we have to deduct this standard deduction. So when it is realized, we have to deduct 30% of standard deduction. So what is the 30%? 30% of this amount which is realized, 30% of this unrealized amount. Then one more thing that we have to add back, that is arrears of rent received. What is mean by arrears of rent? That we are already discussed. So any amount which is received as arrear rent, that we have to add along with this annual value. Here also we will deduct 30% of this amount as the standard deduction. Then we will get the last amount, that is called income from house property. So please go through this format, and we will calculate income from house property based on this format. All of you please go through this format. So by these words, let us conclude today's video. Thank you to all.